the Stegman Coliseum on an opening night, and it was fun. It was fun to see the enthusiasm that people have had turn into bodies and live energy and loud fans tonight. That was tremendous. So I want to say that first and foremost. As far as the game, I loved our approach to start the game. I loved how we came out. The biggest focus for us was to get back to the corners. You know, most teams will send somebody to the rim on the break. They were not running to the rim as much as they were running to each corner. And we wanted to get that covered. We did a pretty good job of that in the first half, and I also thought they were really good at offensive rebounding the ball. And we knew we had to do a good job there. We were solid there, not great in the first half. But the second half is where we needed to pick that up. And we've got to learn how to play with a lead. And my first reaction at halftime is we should have been up 30 to 32, not just 25. And I say that because we're trying to understand. I think every team goes through this. I don't think we're abnormal to anybody. Villanova's probably going to go through it. It doesn't matter who you are. When you come in and start the season, you have to learn the value of each possession. And that is the hardest thing for players to learn. And the ones that learn it the best throughout the year are the ones that win consistently and get better. And we've got to learn how to do that. And we did not have the same level of urgency in the second half to start. We were not there. We got our hands up late on some shooters. And we just got to grow through that, right? They've got to learn me. I've got to learn them. We're not doing that. All right? We're not coming out and trading baskets and letting them get free again. And we took our foot off the gas a little bit in the start of the second half. But I'm proud of the way that they responded to that. And it's not just that Savannah State kept shooting it quick. It's that we figured the game out. We got to the rim better. We got in the bonus earlier. Those were the things. And it's November 9th. We've got to get in better shape. We've got to communicate better. This is a tremendous lesson, a game for us to have to play this pace. I've never coached against anything like this pace. And we can learn from it, and we can learn what we've got to get better at. We had some very good individual nights, but we also have a lot of things that we can really improve upon. And I think that's the exciting thing, because all the things that we have to improve upon are very correctable things. The free throw shooting, the decision making, the two-hand rebounds, the blocking out, things like that are all things that we can get better at. Go ahead.
Questions?
Coach, just with the tempo tonight, how, with this being the first official game, how close was this to the tempo that you want to see from this team?
Oh no, we don't want to play. No, we wanted to play. We wanted to try to create the pace our way, but they make that very hard. And especially, they do a couple things really well. When they score, they jump into the press, and they're excellent with it, and they bring the traffic and the pressure. But when they miss, they come up and they jump up on you with two people. So we didn't do as good a job. We could have had easier baskets if we get it out a little bit better, get it thrown ahead a little bit quicker, and attack through the middle. And so I'm okay with playing really fast. We just want to play with more efficiency. We want to get the ball reversed even quicker. And I think you saw a little bit of what we can become as a shooting team, not just a team, or what we have to become. We have to become more consistent, with our shooting. We have to keep looking for threes. We have the NBA line down in our practices. Really, since March 19th, we put an NBA line down. We have a 4-point line down for our downhill drives, but we don't get to travel with those lines inside of the game. We had way too much slippage tonight with being spaced at the college 3-point line, all right, or just slightly behind it, rather than really giving us that footwork and space that we need. I look at that, and I know that we just got that much further to go to really get our understanding of spacing down, to get our movement of the ball, our movement without the ball down, and our ability to keep attacking and recognizing what the game has given us. So in answer to your question, the better we get at understanding those things, the more we stay locked into what a team wants to do, and that team wanted to shoot it quick, the more we can play a pace that fits us.
Coach, coming out of that timeout after Savannah State had cut it to 9, Turtle Jackson hits a 3, gets a steal, momentum changer. He kind of had that sort of presence against UAB. Is that the kind of role you expect him to play, and will he be more assertive shooting the 3 on other occasions than just clutch
moments? He should be. Yeah, I mean, we want threes. We just, in tonight's situation, we wanted to get the ball through the middle of the zone because Where we wanted to get it, we wanted to get it on the wings, slots, and the high slot, high wing area, or get behind it in the corner. Not necessarily for a corner three, but for a cut. Try to get off the top because it was so easy for them to match up if it got back to the top. I think for him, we want him to be aggressive with his shot. We want him to look for the three. But we are a much better team when the ball is coming to us off the pass, whether it's off the driving kick or whether it's off a pass to the middle of the lane like we were getting tonight and kick back out that way. And when we can do that, whether it's Turtle, whether it's a lot of the guys, they'll be better off. But I can think of about 7 or 8 instances right now where we were too close to the three-point line to get the proper spacing and footwork that we really want inside of that. Not that we want to be shooting bombs, I don't mean that, but where we get the proper footwork that we practice with every day. And Turtle's a part of that as well.
How much are you teaching them about how you want to play? I saw you kind of waving your arms, telling them, let's get moving down court faster.
I think so, yeah. What happens when you're really not used to running the way that you want to run, you're always looking for the ball. And when you're looking for we want to see the ball, but we want to keep running to where we want to run. There was too much, and this is where we got to get better against zones and against pressure. There was too much running to a wing, or we did a pretty good job of staying diagonally apart from each other, but we didn't go through the middle. I think there were times we didn't realize, man, we can just attack this pressure, right? That's what we wanted to set a screen at midcourt. And there was a little bit too much standing and looking rather than catch it, look middle, reverse it, attack, get it up the court. And what happens is you got guys waiting on the ball or coming to the ball rather than letting the ball find them because of where they're spaced or where they're cutting. So that's a huge part of where we want to get with our pace, where we want to get with our play. And yes, I mean, until we want to get it down the court, but we don't want to catch it just on the wing and look in and the offense starts from there. We want to keep the game moving as much as we can.
You played a lot of guys and none played a lot of minutes. How do you want your rotation to look like by the time you're in conference?
Boy, I wish I knew. I mean, because I was, we needed a sub there to start the second half. We did not have the same, I've said to them, and again, it's going to be like this for a while. We don't have a starting five. And it's not coach speak. We don't have, in my mind, we don't have one. And as I said in the locker room, we had some guys had good nights, but if they come out and have 2 average days, the next couple of days getting ready for Temple, then they're not in there. I mean, I don't think you can build a program and not have real competition in there. Now, with that, they get better. The guys, the Nick Claxton, the Rayshawn Hammonds, guys like that will get a lot better if they feel that competition on a daily basis, as will everybody else. But we're in no position to let anybody think that anybody is entitled or bestowed something. We have got, and we have not had enough. I've loved their work ethic. I've loved their work. I've loved the energy that they practiced with. We've got to get more competitive against one another in practice, because that the old Bible verse, iron sharpens iron, right? That is exactly what we've got to learn to do to get prepared for the games that we've got coming up.
Any more questions?
Yes, sir, go ahead.
What does Temple bring? I know the guys said they're not going to really start working on it a lot till tomorrow, but what are some characteristics?
Very good off the dribble. Pretty experienced with their best players. Physical. Definitely more physical than us right now. They want switches. They do a pretty good job with that. But they are very, very good off the dribble. And they really look to take you one-on-one, and they're very crafty with the ball. And again, they've got some guys that have been in some battles. When you look at Alston, when you look at Pierre Louis, when you look at Quentin Rose, I think he entered the draft last year, tested it, came back. And it'll be a tough place to play. I haven't coached there in a long time, but Temple is Temple. I mean, it'll be a very hard place to play. And they're a very physical, tough, aggressive, typical Fran Dunphy team.
Tom, I guess you had 18 season openers before as a head coach.
Yeah.
Didn't have one last year. What was your how are you feeling heading into this one? Was it different than the exhibition games, and it's a real game?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, it's different as soon as you walk out and see that crowd. So that was fun. I'm really glad we did the UAB thing. I mean, I knew I would be, and every day that we did it, because again, we get in this game, and now we've already had some experience of being down. Now, we didn't get down tonight, but we weren't playing well, and nobody panicked. I didn't panic. Nobody panics. It's not ranting and raving. It's like, we gotta get this fixed, right? And it's not, well, we're just gonna play through it and figure it out. No, we're gonna sub. Like, we gotta get this right. We gotta get up there and get on people. So I think once the game starts, that's exactly what you do. But I've been looking forward to it. And I'm just so thankful to everybody at Georgia for the way they've marketed it, the way they've pushed it, the way they promote it, the cheerleaders, the band, everybody. I'm so excited to see that kind of student group. And I don't have anything to compare it to, right? But you never, ever, I remember the Marquette first game against Chicago State on a Saturday afternoon. I remember Northwestern Louisiana and Indiana. I believe it was a Friday night. And I'll always remember this one. There's nothing like that opener.
Coach, you've talked a lot about turnovers and how they've played your team so far. Tonight, more of the same. What do you think is like a timetable, like where this team's gonna adjust and fix these problems, where they can go fast but also keep the ball?
I tell you what, if we can figure that out, you, me, and this whole room, we can go take a week somewhere. We stay in the Caymans an extra week on that, right? I don't know. I'm not being funny. I mean, I'm being funny, but I don't know yet. We got to make it simple, right? I think when a team figures out, that the faster you play, the simpler you got to make the game, which is the passing. Give it up a dribbler. Don't try to throw. Don't just throw the ball, right? Don't throw the ball to the middle of the floor. Don't throw the ball to a voice. Throw the ball to a target. You know, those type of things. Don't try to force passes inside. When we get more fundamentally sound with getting the dribble out, the pass fake, shot fake, keeping our spacing right, not trying to throw it into tight windows. I mean, we're not Aaron Rodgers and Peyton Manning out there right now. We're trying to throw it into some tight windows, not as much tonight. But we don't need to do that, right? We need to make the simple pass. But some of it will be better receivers, you know, better targets for our receiving, better being ready to catch the ball, getting up a little bit higher, posting a little deeper and with two hands, those type of things. I'm as concerned about not finishing at the rim some of the and ones. That's got to become more of an emphasis for us right now. All right, we got to get better, obviously, shooting free throws, but go to the rim and get an and one. Don't just go in and get fouled, go in and get the and one. We work on that constantly. We got to get better at those things. So there's a big list of that, but the simpler we can make the game, the more physical we can be with the dribble, with our moves, with our catches, you know, understand these guys are coming for the ball. I think we've had a couple guys have had issues with being far too loose with the ball. And that's where we got to get more competitive in practice and really get at one another. And I think that'll help us in practice because we don't turn the ball over like that in practice. Or we run, right? We don't turn it over like that. But we're not strong enough with it in these games and it's hitting us a little bit.
Any more questions?